Well, let's turn our attention to the new scoring system used for the first time this year after nearly 50 years of the PSLE T-score. To recap, each subject is now scored using 8 bands known as achievement levels, and a pupil will be given AL scores from 1 to 8 instead of grades like A star to E. So let's say one pupil scores 90 marks and another scores 99 marks. Both will still get an AL1 for that subject. The total PSLE score will then be the sum of the AL scores for all 4 subjects. The Straits Times' education correspondent Amelia Teng is here to weigh in. Amelia, based on the across-the-board results from this first batch, what can you tell us about the outcome of the new AL scoring system?
Yeah, so the outcomes under the new system have remained very stable compared to previous years. 98.4% of the kids who sat for the paper this year, they did well enough to progress to secondary school. This is exactly the same as last year and previous years as well. And in fact, slightly higher proportion of them made it to the express course this year compared to last year. And what this means is that the overall scores are largely very similar to previous cohorts in terms of how they translate into the allocation of students into different secondary school courses like express and normal.
Right. Well, also under the new scoring method or system, 65% of students who qualified for the normal courses this year can take at least one subject at a more demanding level in secondary school. Amelia, can you elaborate on that as well as the impact that will have?
Yeah. I think this is an interesting figure and actually a positive one as well. So compared to 65%, compared to 47% of last year's P6 cohort who qualified for normal 2, they could take a higher level subject. This change or this increase is actually due to a more generous criteria that MOE set this year. So under the new scoring system, you can qualify to take higher level subjects, which they call subject-based banding, and this has been relaxed this year. So for instance, you can take an express level subject if you score achievement level 5 or above for a standard level PSLE subject. In the past, this requirement would be an A or an A star. So it's been eased a lot this year. And this is the first time that MOE is also releasing all these figures. They say is to try and encourage more students to take out subjects according to your differing strengths. So, and this is known as subject-based banding, which is what schools have been doing for a couple of years already, meaning you could be a normal acad course student, but you're taking 1 or 2 subjects at the express level. And overall, this is important because this is part of the shift in Singapore to try and move away from labeling students into the different normal or express streams, and this allowing them to take subjects that they may be better at a more challenging level.
That's a good point there, Amelia. Well, these P6 students, their results are out, they have received them, but they have from today until 3 p.m. on November the 30th to submit their 6 secondary school choices. So as a parting note to this discussion, how should they pick their schools?
So similar to past years, you'll be posted to secondary schools based on your PSLE score by merit and then by order by which you rank your school choices. But this year, school choice will be a new tiebreaker. So in the event that you have 2 students with the same PSLE score and you're vying for the last place in a school, school choice will be important. So one tip is to rank your preferred school higher in your order, and then to know what school you can possibly qualify for. You look at the indicative PSLE score ranges that were released in April this year, and then at the same time try to look at the other aspects of the school to see, besides its academics, like the programs it offers and how it will suit your child, the environment and its culture. According to MOE, you should use all 6 options. Don't leave anything blank. Try to use all 6 options with a range of cutoff points to increase your chances of getting into one of the 6 options. And another tip is to consider at least 2 to 3 schools where your PSLE score is higher than the school's cutoff points. The posting results will be released between 22nd to 24th December. So until then, just try and enjoy the school holidays and try to relax.